What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. I know that Plarium released their champion spotlight on Mythrala Livebane, the champion we can get from the Hydra clan boss. Now, I know that everyone hates Hydra. Is a chore, is a lot of work, it's very time consuming, and honestly, I don't blame you at all. I feel like Plarium really missed on this content. They really messed it up. But I'm currently sitting at the moment on exactly 96 fragments to summon Mythrala Livebane. I could have had her on this rotation on this week, but I messed up 2 keys and I haven't attacked hard clan boss, and because of it I'm short on fragments. I haven't really got lucky with the amount of fragments that was dropping from the chest, you know. But that doesn't mean that we don't have a person in the game that actually got her. So I think we might be the only clan in the entire game that kills hard, brutal and nightmare Hydra clan boss. So we do have a clanmate that actually was more focused on this than I was, and he managed to get all the fragments because he literally messed up 0 keys, okay? So he was really focused on the whole situation. But before we jump over to talk about the champion, guys, if you enjoyed the music you hear in the video, I just want to let you know I partnered up with Soundstripe, which is a royalty-free music library. So if you're a content creator, a music enthusiast, feel free to check them out. They have some awesome music. I will be leaving their link in the description down below and in the pinned comments. Plus, I can save you 15% on checkout by using code Skratch. So that's kind of like how our Hydra clan boss looks at the moment. Honestly, it's a lot of pain. I messed up a key one day because it took me the entire day to try to 1-key Nightmare, and I got so frustrated that was not happening. The RNG was literally against me the entire day, so I just went and I took it, and I was like, you know what, that's it, this is just not worth it. So we are curious what's gonna happen with the rewards once you get Mythrala. Well, nothing. You are literally getting nothing after Mythrala. They specify that in the future they will be changing that. Probably they haven't expected people to be able to get her so fast, or even if they did, they probably consider that is just a few people able to get her, and they don't really bother with, let's give them rewards already. They're gonna wait for the masses in order to put their hand on the champion before they're bringing new rewards. That's kind of like Plarium. Same with the clan shop rewards, bazaar rewards, with Dragstar, with other stuff like this. It takes them forever. But big shout out to my buddy Riven. He's actually a monster. He managed to get Mythrala Livebane, guys. Honestly, he haven't messed up a single key on the Hydra clan boss. 1 keyed Nightmare, Brutal and Hard every single week since Hydra got released. And there she is, Mythrala Livebane in all her glory. I've seen that Plarium made their guide on her. They actually did a pretty decent job, except one thing. They gave her a lot of resistance for some reason, and she literally doesn't benefit of the resistance at all. Because if you want to build this champion, her passive already transforms all the accuracy you have into resistance. So kind of having 400 accuracy, 400 resistance, it makes 0 sense, because all the accuracy she's gonna have is gonna be resistance. So you want to give her as much accuracy as possible, and don't worry about resistance. Focus on accuracy as the main thing. Of course, if you're gonna have something on the side, it's very well received. So we have her built on 3 perception sets. Total stats on her: 66.9k HP, 2.9k defense, 267 speed, 657 accuracy, 232 resistance, which means that all this is going to be added up together, and she's going to be sitting at 889 resistance in total, which is a huge amount of resistance. There is no champion in the game that can debuff her without having an increased accuracy buff, or having an aura for increased accuracy when you're attacking this champion. That's what makes her so unique. And of course, she is the only champion that brings petrification into the game, which is a new debuff. But this one, honestly, guys, she is gonna be such a powerful champion for all of you guys out there. That's why I always suggested you go and do Hydra. I know it's a chore. Everybody hates to do it. Try to get at least the minimum chest, because slowly you will be collecting fragments and you're gonna get this awesome champion. Poisons on the A1, which is amazing. On the A2, AoE Hex, increase defense, increase attack on all allies. That means that champions like Ruel the Handmaster, Thea the Vault Angel will actually be a bit better now. They actually have a support champion that gives them increased attack and lands the Hex on the enemy team, and they can just come in and wipe the enemy team. So that's going to be very, very good. On the A3, cleanses the entire team, gives them strengthen, and places a shield buff on them equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. Now, if you want to make the most out of the shield, you want to give her a lot of HP. Her passive, whenever this champion is attacked by an enemy under Hex, has a 50% chance of applying a petrification debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. Whenever an ally is attacked by an enemy under a Hex debuff, has a 30% chance of applying a petrification debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. Also increases this champion's resistance. The amount by which is increased is equal to the amount of accuracy on this champion. This is a very, very nice passive, very unique, and definitely makes it, this champion niche to specific areas of the game. I don't have to tell you, she is gonna be an absolute monster on the Hydra clan boss, guys. An absolute monster. Support champion, the damage is based on defense, so we can actually tank her up pretty good. Of course, the main stats are awesome on her, the base stats. Now, in terms of masteries, you kind of have two different options if you are thinking of PvP. For example, you can get more accuracy, that will increase resistance and all that. Or you can get fearsome presence, okay? Now, at the moment, it doesn't specify if it's gonna be able to increase the chance of landing petrification. Maybe this is never gonna happen. That's why I haven't took this mastery. Maybe it's just missing the text is a bug, since I remember that something like this was changed. So maybe this is just not gonna affect the petrification, and then it's gonna be a waste, and definitely stick with Eagle Eye whenever you're gonna get her. I know this is a more exclusive guide, since a very few people will be able to get her in the next few weeks. But this is something to look at in the future, for example, guys. Mastery-wise, Arcane Celerity, Rapid Response, because she debuffs, she buffs. You want to make the most out of all of this. Lasting Gifts, Master Hexer. So this is kind of like what I would suggest you in terms of masteries. Now, we've seen everything about her. I feel like we talked a bit too much about the champion. Let's take her in for a spin and see what exactly she can actually do. So we're gonna start with a run, for example, in the dragon, just to kind of get an idea of what she can do. I'm not gonna run her on the Hydra clan boss from this account, guys. I'm gonna do that for my own account next week when I'm gonna get her, and we're gonna see what exactly she's capable to do. So we're gonna run her with Ruel the Handmaster, Draco for defense down. She pretty much brings everything in terms of support. She looks awesome though. So let's see her animations. Bang, she lands the Hex, she buffs the entire team. Draco coming in with his own thing, and now Ruel the Handmaster can come in and just do the damage. But unfortunately, it seems like he actually waited 1 turn to do it. I was like, what is he doing? So you gotta set the preset AI for the champions. Her animations are cool. Look how awesome she's throwing the snakes with the A1. I really like that. Bang. She's awesome. I really like the champion. Honestly, I feel like she's gonna be so powerful. She's gonna be kind of like Lydia sort of champion. That powerful. And they are very powerful champions, guys. Lydia, Brockney, all these champions are very, very powerful. And she's gonna be there 100%. Poisons on the dragon. Bang, she can help you. Now, of course, she's not really a champion to run in dungeons, because I feel like she's too powerful, and by the time you're gonna end up in getting her, as usual with all the champions in raid, you're just not gonna need her for this specific thing. You could, for example, make a fast farm teams with Ruel and her for waves, maybe for the Doom Tower waves, for the dungeon waves, and don't use a seer sort of comp, and that might make some of these dungeon runs a bit faster. But she actually put out like 500,000 damage with the poisons and that. She's definitely not a damage dealer, guys. That's one thing to keep in mind, even though the multipliers are fairly decent on the champion. If we're gonna go over to Arena. Now we are currently in the very high top of Platinum Arena. The teams here are very, very solid. I do have to say it, I found it very hard to showcase her in Arena, okay? Like, I find it extremely hard to be able to showcase anything with her if we're coming to Arena. But we're gonna give it a go and do our best and see if we can get a decent showcase of her in Arena. We're gonna try a similar team like this. Let's see what's gonna happen. So there are a few things happening with her. I'm actually gonna boost. I want them to strip my entire things and just let me go a bit crazy. There we go. You see she's getting resisted, like almost 900 resistance because of all the accuracy she has, which is pretty solid. So I'm actually gonna use this skill. We can cleanse, buff a bit. We just gotta wait for Kymar now so we can strip the buffs from them now, you know. And once we do that, we can actually use this and land the hacks on them. And now I'm actually gonna click auto and see what happens. The petrification is actually awesome. So whenever that happens, bang, they are taking less damage and a lot of less damage. So it's gonna be harder to kill the enemies if that's kind of like our idea. I would definitely not use the champion as an offense champion, but I feel like she's gonna be awesome for some niche defense teams for Arena, you know. It might be hard for people to figure out on how to play her, but she's definitely gonna be a pretty solid champion. Like whenever they get the petrification on, okay, they're gonna lose their turn and the cooldowns of their skills is not gonna reset. They will have a massive damage reduction. If you have a bomb champion in your team, which probably is never gonna happen, then they will take tons of extra damage, you know. You do need to have some sort of a stripper in your team. If no petrification is not gonna land on the team, you gotta have hacks on the enemy team in order for the petrification to have a chance to land on them. But if we can keep them delayed, it can work pretty good. How I specified, is pretty hard to actually showcase her in a fight. But you see Valkyrie, she's always petrified there. I feel like that sounds like a song or something, you know? Petrified. If we're going back to the dungeons, because I forgot to actually change rule out just to show you what sort of damage reduction we have from it. I think it was 75% less damage. I might be mistaken on it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's something that Plarium said. 75% chance for the petrification. It's reducing the damage by 75%, sorry. So let's take Rual out of here and we're gonna go just in the team like that. I don't want to kill the waves fast or anything like that, you know, so we're gonna go like that. I'm actually gonna use the skill on Ninja myself. So we have hacks on 4 of them, we got resisted on 1. That can still is happening sometimes because it's the 3% chance of getting screwed over. But let's see if they're actually attacking us. Okay, petrified. He attacked my Draco, he got petrified. So now is actually tons of damage reduction on that champion. 11k. So it's gonna take us a while to kill them while they're under petrification. Freeze, for example, brings in a 25% damage reduction. If you have a weaken on them, that kind of counters it a bit. But that's kind of like the way it works, guys. I feel like it's definitely gonna be an amazing champion for the Hydra. The Hydra heads are immune to petrification, but she's bringing hacks, she's bringing tons of important buffs and some poisons on the A1. I know some heads are immune to poisons, but she's definitely gonna serve a huge role. Now, will this allow us to do Hydra on auto? No. Unfortunately not. So I know and I understand why people don't care about getting that Hydra done. Is very frustrating to just manual. Tons and tons of times invested, and the rewards overall are not that worthy unless you like Arena and you want to put your hand on the stone skin set and the protection set. That's literally kind of like the only excuse why you would do Hydra. But ladies and gentlemen, that was all for this video. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Big shout out to Riven again for actually letting us jump on his account and do the guide on this champion for all of you. When I'm gonna get her on my own account, hopefully by then some more people will get her. We're gonna try her on the Hydra clan boss, and we're gonna see what she's made of on the PvE content. But that was all for this video. Much love. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.